Dogworks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dogworks. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com. You can support this podcast on patreon.com/firstpawmedia.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by First Paw Coffee Company, specializing in private label premium blend coffee. If you're serious about coffee, you should check it out. First Paw Coffee's passion is high-quality, small-batch roasted coffee. They take the extra time to taste and get everything perfect before they release new blends. They aim to bring you a cup of happiness each time you pour yourself some coffee. Find out more at ak.dog/free and enter for a chance to win some First Paw Coffee prizes, a book from our collection, and tote bag. One winner will be selected at random each month. That's ak.dog/free.
It is quite unlikely for your dog to know it's Christmas, but dogs do understand patterns quite well. They put together settings and associations and assume that this might happen again in the future. In the case of Christmas, it can be the decor changes, the presence of people they have not met before, joyful music, flashing lights, and a lot more. We do not often consider what Christmas Day must be like for dogs and how they put up settings and associations. Your dog can either consider Christmas as an exciting celebration or can consider it quite stressful. On today's podcast, we have come up with what your canine buddy's Christmas perspective might be and the things about it that they probably look forward to or not every year.
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dogworks Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is Dogworks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Hello and welcome to Dogworks Radio. I'm your host, Michele Forto, and I'm the lead trainer of Alaska Dogworks, where we help you have a better relationship with your dog. On today's podcast, we are looking at Christmas from a dog's perspective, and if you stick around until the end, we will learn why Christmas chocolates do not mix and what to do about it if it occurs. Let's dive right in. There are a lot of things wrapped in colorful wrappers, and your dog can't wait to chew on them and pull them apart. Your canine buddy can see those presents beautifully wrapped under the Christmas tree, and they wonder what those are. According to the experts at Alaska Dogworks, dogs see more than just black and white. Dogs see color vision like that of the 8% of the human population who are considered red-green colorblind. As a curious animal, your dog desperately wants to get their paws on those gifts under the tree to find out what's inside those pretty boxes. Keep in mind to keep those presents out of your canine buddy's reach at least until Christmas Day. So much food, but nobody's given me any, says your canine buddy. What is Christmas without food? And when we say food, our canine buddy just seems to always be first in line. But as much as you'd love to give them their share of human Christmas food, your canine buddy will just have to stare, sit there, and watch you while you're eating. Some Christmas food can be dangerous for them, especially the ones that include bones that might splinter or injure their GI tract, and the ones that can poison them like grapes and chocolates. Instead of giving your dog human food, give them knottlers. These premium antler chews will be able to keep your canine buddy occupied and away from the Christmas table. These antler chews are safe, all natural, do not splinter so easily, and are full of nutrients. I need ear rubs and belly rubs, but Mom and Dad appear to be busy, says your canine buddy. Christmas Day requires so much of our time preparing dinner, fixing last minute decor touch ups, welcoming guests, and opening presents that we seem to forget all about our canine buddies. But even with all the hustle and bustle, always make sure to keep watch of your dog's activities and whereabouts, as they might try to escape or do things that are dangerous, like rummaging the trash bin and gnawing on those electric cords and unsafe Christmas decors. To make sure they are safe, keep them inside a crate or place them inside a quiet room, providing them enough food, fresh water, and knottlers to keep them occupied. I'm getting new toys. Wow, says your canine buddy. When it comes to Christmas presents, our canine buddies are definitely on top of our nice list, even if they are naughty sometimes. Christmas and the holidays are just some of the days our dogs should get spoiled. Mom, Dad, and the liquid they are drinking all day has them dancing about and being silly, says your canine buddy. Your canine buddy doesn't know what getting tipsy is, and so they perceive you to be acting a little strange. This will confuse your canine buddy, and he'll wonder why you're all of a sudden being so weird. But even if you're all tipsy and enjoying the company of alcohol, make sure your canine buddy does not have the chance to drink any alcohol too. Alcohol can cause vomiting, diarrhea, hypothermia, and a critical case of metabolic acidosis in your canine buddy. So many people I have never seen before, says your canine buddy. It is during Christmas Day and the holidays that we get to see our family members and our close friends once again. For some dogs, visitors are totally fine, but for others, it can be too stressful. Consider providing your canine buddy with pet parents' calming soft sups or maybe even CBD oil. This will help your dog feel calm, relaxed, and will help your canine buddy maintain a relaxed disposition. Christmas for dogs on the brighter side. Here are the following things that your canine buddy might probably look forward to every year at Christmas time. The snow. Snow in some places all around the world symbolizes the beginning of winter and the holiday. And most dogs have been waiting a whole year long for the snowflakes to finally hit the ground to play and roll over. Nordic breeds who were bred to survive in snowy conditions, like the retrievers and the huskies, tend to like snow more compared to dogs with thin coats. The attention. The visitor-loving dogs will love all the attention, cuddles, and belly rubs they will get from your dog-loving guests. What a treat. The presents. Who doesn't love presents in the holidays? Even our canine buddies do. A new toy, a new collar, a new bed, whatever your gift to your dog may be, your canine buddy simply can't say no. Quality time with family. Christmas is all about family, and there's no better season to bond with each other, cuddle, and show each other how much family means to you. Because really, that is what Christmas is all about. To answer the question, does your dog know it's Christmas? They do get familiar with the changes, the settings, the patterns, and the repetitions, and sometimes, oh, how they wish Christmas happens every day. And it's fun to get them involved with the celebrations at home, too, particularly considering how your canine buddy responds to all of the hubbub. We're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, we're going to talk all about those Christmas chocolates and your dog.
We're living in uncertain times. If there is one thing we can be thankful for, that is the recent pet adoption boom. Shelters are being cleared out, and that means you may not know much about your new best friend. Alaska Dogworks virtual and on-site classes are the best way for you to build a lasting bond and learn about your pup, new or old. From setting up a proper routine to learning the commands and much more, Alaska Dogworks provides you with the resources to develop your dog into one of the best. Right now, Alaska Dogworks has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Go to alaskadogworks.com now and use promo code DOGWORKS and save 20% off your training program at the time of your booking. Visit alaskadogworks.com and use promo code DOGWORKS to save 20% today. That's alaskadogworks.com and use promo code DOGWORKS at the time of booking.
So let me tell you a quick story. A couple years ago, my Siberian Husky, Bodie, found a box of See's candy. You know, the coveted Christmas chocolates with all the gooey fillings. It was under the tree. He proceeded to carefully unwrap the gift and eat only the ones he liked. While Bodie has what we jokingly call an iron stomach, sometimes dogs and chocolates do not mix well, and you need to know when you need to call the vet. The risk depends on the weight of your dog, the type of chocolate, and the amount they have eaten. A vet can assess the risk for each individual case. Dark chocolate. Seek urgent vet help if your dog has eaten dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is the most dangerous because it contains a higher level of theobromine, a chemical that's toxic to dogs but not to humans. First, a disclaimer. Since we have an international audience, most of these numbers are going to be in grams. For the first scenario, I will convert the grams to ounces, but for the rest, you get to do the math. Dogs could become ill if they have eaten over 3.5 grams, less than a half of a cup of plain dark chocolate per kilogram, or about 3/4 of a pound of their body weight. As an example, if your dog weighs 10 kilograms or about 7 pounds, then they would be most at risk if they ate 3.5 grams or 2 ounces of plain dark chocolate or more. Be sure to check the chocolate wrapper to find out the weight of the product. Important. Cocoa powder is 7 times more dangerous to your pet than dark chocolate. So if your dog has consumed this, then you'll need to speak to your vet straight away. Milk chocolate. Call your vet immediately if your dog has eaten over 14 grams of solid milk chocolate per kilogram of their body weight. If your dog weighs 10 kilograms, then they would likely be at risk if they ate 140 grams of solid milk chocolate or more. Be sure to check the chocolate wrapper to find out the weight of the product. White chocolate. This is not a risk to your dog because it contains a very low level of the chemical which causes the toxic effects, and therefore treatment is not required. However, it is still very fatty and full of sugar, so it is not a good treat for your pet. Caution. Remember that these calculations can be tricky and are guidelines. Each dog is different. It's important that your vet knows the type of chocolate, amount, and content. If you are using the above calculations to work out toxicity levels, please ensure that you know your dog's weight accurately. An incorrect calculation could be fatal, so be sure to speak to your vet if you are unsure. Chocolate with fillings. It is not always straightforward to work out how much chocolate has been eaten, especially when your dog has eaten a box of chocolates, for example. Animal poison centers have a list of the percentage of chocolate in products that contain fillings, which helps with the decision as to whether treatment is required or not. Chocolate may also contain other ingredients that are harmful to dogs, such as certain nuts, raisins, and alcohol. Therefore, even if the levels of chocolate your dog has consumed are below those listed above, you will need to contact your vet or animal poison line immediately if they have consumed another toxic substance to find out if treatment is required. Why is chocolate dangerous to dogs? Chocolate contains a chemical called theobromine, which is toxic to dogs. Even small amounts of it can cause vomiting, diarrhea, hyperactivity, tremors, seizures or fits, heart problems, and even death in severe cases. The darker the chocolate, the higher level of the theobromine, and therefore the more toxic it is. White chocolate, although it doesn't contain enough theobromine to cause toxicity, is fatty and full of sugar and can pose a potential risk of pancreatitis. Even without the danger of toxicity, chocolate is not a healthy snack for dogs, causing obesity and poor health, and is therefore best avoided. So, what do you think? Does your dog know it's Christmas? What about chocolates and your dog? Let us know in the comments on our social channels. Just search DogWorks Radio. For more training tips and tricks, check out alaskadogworks.com. And thank you for joining us today. Did you know the single best thing you can do is tell your family and friends about our show? Ask them to listen to this episode and maybe they will become one of our rabid listeners too. I'm Michele Forto for DogWorks Radio. See you next time.
This episode of the podcast is sponsored by First Paw Coffee Company. Learn more at firstpaw.coffee.
From First Paw Media, this is DogWorks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media. Did you know that Alaska Dogworks trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska Dogworks on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.